All right, in this video, I wanted to kind of like compare three compressors. I got one track loaded up with nothing but a lead vocal, very dynamic vocal, by the way. And I have the CLA 76, my favorite. This is the Steinberg Vintage Compressor Mark III. And this is the T-Rex Black 76. So the Black 76 and the CLA 76 are supposed to be somewhat similar. And then I have a meter that comes before them. That's the top meter. And a meter that comes after them. That's the bottom meter. So we can kind of look at what's going on. I tried to match the outputs the best I can. And I also tried to set the attack and release the same as far as the ratio, the same to ratio 4. But I had to drive the gain up on each one individually because I want to get like around this minus 10 dBs of compression. And I used to wouldn't hit it hard like that, but I'm starting to like that, and I'm starting to hear that in a lot of records and things that are out there. They're really hitting the compressor hard on these lead vocals. So let's listen to these, and I don't know. Hopefully I got the audio hooked up to where you can hear this pretty good. Then you can kind of compare yourself. All right, here we go.
Lost my job and I had no money.
This is with nothing.
So-called friends, they were acting funny. And my mind, it was full of doubt. Don't you know, Jesus brought me out. Oh,
as you can see, the meter is really, they're level, they're the same. So the meter is the same, letting you know there's nothing of being affected. There's no EQ on this. All we have is the track. I don't even think it's gain stage. Let me look. Yes, it is gain stage. I'll show you that. It's gain stage right here with the pre-gain in Cubase to get me around minus 12. So if I drop this, she should not peak too far higher than minus 12. Okay, so it is gain stage, but it's pre-gain. All right, and the only plugins we have is the CLA 76 Vintage Compressor from Steinberg, the T-Rex Black 76, and we have a meter before all of that, a meter after that, and we have supervision after that, just to look at some things. All right, so let's compare these.
Oh, yeah.
Starting with the CLA 76 first. See what, watch the meters and how the meters do, okay? Here we go.
Lost my job and I had no money. So-called friends, they were acting funny. And my mind, it was full of doubt. Don't you know, Jesus brought me out. Oh, yeah.
Now, of course, you heard more of the headphone bleed because we were hitting it pretty hard. But the voice sounded a lot leveled out. All right, so let's see what the Steinberg sounds like. How close can it get to sounding like the CLA 76? Here we go.
Lost my job and I had no money. So-called friends, they were acting funny. And my mind, it was full of doubt. Don't you know, Jesus brought me out. Oh, yeah.
Now you see it hold it pretty much in the same area. I try to get the settings as close to possible, to the same as possible. Um, there's a little brightness on that, and we're going to compare them without me talking between them. Now let's listen to the T-Rex Black 76 and see what it sounds like and watch the meters.
Lost my job and I had no money. So-called friends, they were acting funny. And my mind, it was full of doubt. Don't you know, Jesus brought me out. Oh, yeah. Da-da-da-da. Da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Now the Black 76 Black, it's not quite getting down to -10, which means I would have to drive it a little bit more. And I would probably have to bring the output down a little bit more. But it sounded a little more present, and it sounded a little more brighter. Let's listen to it again. See if we can get this meter on here to get down to around that -10 a little bit more.
Lost my job and I had no money. So-called friends, they were acting funny. And my mind, it was full of doubt. Don't you know, Jesus brought me out. Oh, yeah. Da-da-da-da. Da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Okay, did it when it got to the more hard parts. Let's see. Now let's compare the sounds. I'm just gonna switch between them. I'm not gonna stop it. I'm just gonna switch between them, and you listen to the sounds. But they're kind of close in levels and things. I'm not trying to be super on point. I want to compare the difference in the sound. They do sound different, and we're going to listen to that sound difference. And you can pick the one that, if you have all three, you can pick the one that sounds the best for the track. And so I'm doing this comparison because sometimes we think certain plugins are better, and sometimes they are. And sometimes we sleep on these stock plugins, This vintage computer is holding its own. It's got its own character. It's got its own sound, and it actually sounds pretty decent, to be honest with you. So let's compare them. We're just going to let it run in loop mode, and we will compare them to see what they sound like.
Lost my job and I had no money. So-called friends, they were acting funny. And my mind, it was full of doubt. Don't you know, Jesus brought me out. Oh, yeah. Da-da-da-da. Da-da. Da-da-da-da. Lost my job and I had no money. So-called friends, they were acting funny. And my mind, it was full of doubt. Don't you know, Jesus brought me out. Oh, yeah. Da-da-da-da. Da-da. Da-da-da-da. Lost my job and I had no money. So-called friends, they were acting funny. And my mind, it was full of doubt. Don't you know, Jesus brought me out. Oh, yeah. Da-da-da-da. Da-da. Lost my
Actually, I'm really impressed with how the Steinberg sounds. I really am. I'm really impressed with how it sounds. I tend to go with either the CLA 76 or the Black 76 a lot of times on vocals, even on instruments, kicks, snares. Man, it really, if you want a first compressor to really grab things, um, those compressors really do. Now, this Steinberg just, I'm impressed. It actually sounds pretty good.
Lost my job and I had no money. So-called friends, they were acting funny. And my mind, it was full of doubt. Don't you know, Jesus brought me out. Oh, yeah. Da 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 da.
Also, I can hear the room when I use the Steinberg. I don't hear much of the room when I hear the Black 76. And also when I'm kicking the T-Rex in and out, you can tell there's a lot of juice. There's some popping and clicking going on. It's real smooth transition on the Steinberg. Listen to the waves and listen to the transitions.
Lost my job and I had no money. So-called friends, they were acting funny. And my mind, it was full of doubt. Don't you know, Jesus brought me out. Oh, yeah. Da 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 da.
So as you can see, just simply either one of these compressors would do you what you need. It'll get the job done. There's no EQ on this track, by the way, before or after. But yeah, either one of these would work. I just noticed on the T-Rex a little bit of popping and clipping when I'm switching in and out.
Lost my job and I had no money. So-called friends, they were acting funny. And my mind, it was full of doubt. Don't you know, Jesus brought me out. Oh,
There could be some boosting going on the inside of that. But tell me what you guys think about that. Which one did you like? I used the CLA 76, but I like the vintage compressor in Steinberg. Don't sleep on your stock plugins, especially the ones in Steinberg. All right. Until the next review, I'll see you guys very soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment about which of these three compressors you thought that you liked the most. And I'm sure there are thousands of compressors out there. Let me know what kind of compressor you use for vocals and why. I'd like to know that. All right. See you guys later.